Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. The last match that was confirmed on Friday before SmackDown came on the air was the grudge match between the Punisher, the Street King, as they've been calling him, Damian Priest, as he takes on the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, in a Sin City street fight. All right. So, I wanted to say this started at the Royal Rumble. I believe Damian Priest eliminated Drew McIntyre. I believe it started there. But it picked up after the Elimination Chamber, or at the Elimination Chamber, when Drew McIntyre, Claymore John Cena, he's about to pin him, but Damian Priest took advantage, rolled Drew up 1, 2, 3, and pretty much cost him a shot at WrestleMania. Drew got so heated that, boom, it's a Claymore on Damian Priest. Then walks out. Then on the SmackDown after the Elimination Chamber, we see Drew McIntyre beating the hell out of Damian Priest again. Pretty much telling him, you cost me my shot. You cost me my shot. And literally from that point, it's literally been, as Damian Priest said, on site every time. Like, this has literally been an on-site beef. Like, to the point where I almost didn't know if we were going to really get this match. Because 2 weeks ago, in London, I believe. Yeah, it was in London. Drew McIntyre was leaving. He was going to go to the bar, as he said, or the pub. I don't know what the hell they call it in London. But he was going to go to the bar. He's about to exit towards the parking lot. And then Damian Priest is right there, standing right there, and they start brawling. Until they get in front of a car. Drew McIntyre, like he's about to hit the future shot, gets switched off. Damian Priest hits a choke slam. Drew McIntyre lands on the front of the car window. And I guess he gets slammed. And then glass jumps up and it gets into his eye. So boom, Drew McIntyre literally had glass in his eye. And I was thinking to myself, damn, he might not go. Then last week, they showed him with an eye patch. So I was like, okay, well, he might compete then. And then Damian Priest confirmed. He was like, on SmackDown, face-to-face, I want you at WrestleMania. And then this past Friday, Drew McIntyre comes out. It was already confirmed. It was already going down. It was going to be Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. Drew revealed that he's healthy. He got both eyes. He's seeing. And then they brawl. Then Damian Priest comes out. Then they start brawling. Then Drew McIntyre hits a Future Shock DDT. Boom. On the steel steps. And, you know, Damian Priest just looks... He like he got hit with a Mack truck. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, here we are. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest. Interestingly enough, this is almost like a revenge match for Drew McIntyre in a way. Right? Because it doesn't even start at the Royal Rumble. I don't even know why I said that. It doesn't even start at the Royal Rumble. It starts all the way from last year. Last year's WrestleMania. A year ago. Where Drew McIntyre won the World Heavyweight Championship from Seth Rollins. Finally winning the world title in front of a crowd. And the one mistake that Drew McIntyre does was start showing off in CM Punk's face. Punk took it personal. I don't blame him. And then Punk started to beat the hell out of Drew McIntyre. To the point where Damian Priest runs down the ring, cashes in his money in the bank, gives Drew McIntyre a south of heaven, and covers him to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. But it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. And it's like it's like Damian Priest explained. You let your problems come in between your success, pretty much. He didn't say it like that, but that's pretty much what he meant. So we got WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre pretty much cost himself the World Heavyweight title. Then we go all the way to Clash at the Castle. Clash at the Castle? Yeah, we go all the way to Clash at the Castle, where Drew McIntyre, in front of his home country, he was home, bro. I'm pretty sure he walked to the arena. I'm pretty sure he got his apartment or house, wherever he lived in Scotland, then walked to the arena. He had a one-on-one match with Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight title. Drew McIntyre had it. But CM Punk interfered. Gave Drew a low blow. Damian Priest took advantage. 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest retains. Then we go all the way to Money in the Bank, where Drew McIntyre wins Money in the Bank. Still to this day, a horrible decision. I'm sorry. I know it's part of a story, but it's still a horrible decision. Cashes it in during Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Makes it a triple threat. Is in control until CM Punk takes advantage. CM Punk interferes, starts beating the hell out of Drew McIntyre. And then, boom, Punk costs Drew the world title. Damian Priest walks out World Heavyweight Champion. And then I want to say the Royal Rumble. I believe Damian Priest eliminated Drew McIntyre. Yeah, Damian Priest eliminated Drew McIntyre. And then, that's when Drew started losing his mind in the Elimination Chamber. Damian Priest took advantage, and then Drew, boom, and then here we are. Right? Here we are. So with all that, I don't know. I know this is gonna be a fight. Like this, I'm gonna love this match because it's gonna be a fight. This is actually a proper match. I don't think these two actually really ever had a match. Have they two ever wrestled before? No, they have. I think the last time was 2021, and that's when Damian Priest was the United States champion. Yeah, that's when Damian Priest was United States champion. I think Drew challenged him. I think that's when they had a match. But other than that, I don't think they've wrestled much. Yeah, because Drew was on SmackDown, really, and Damian Priest was on Raw with the Judgment Day. Then Drew went to Raw. He was a face for a little bit, then became a heel. Yeah, wasn't much, really. But, yeah, they haven't really had a proper match. And this is the proper match. On the grandest stage of them all, in a street fight. This is going to be a fight. And I believe this is on night 2. So, how do I have this going? I got it going. They both need a win. It's like Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, right? It was like when that match was made for WrestleMania. It was like, damn, they both need a win. But I don't know who needs it more. This is the same way. Drew hasn't won a match on a PLE, I want to say since Money in the Bank, really. No, since SummerSlam. Yeah, I think that was the last time Drew McIntyre won a match was SummerSlam. And I think the last time Damian Priest won a match was Bad Blood when he beat Finn Balor. So these two haven't had a win in a long time. So I don't know who wins this. and it's a street fight, right? Like if it was a regular match, I could see them going at it again. But it's a street fight. Like, damn, where do you go from here after that? You know, you want to go steel cage, Hell in the Cell? I don't think you want to take this all the way to Bad Blood. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I guess they both would be good contenders for the WWE title. I think both of them would be. But they're not going to get a shot at Backlash. Because, in fact, it's in St. Louis, and Randy Orton may get that shot. I don't know. That's a whole different situation. United States title. Who's the United States champion? That's, it's LA. Oh, Jacob Fatu, maybe United States. Ugh, never mind. Well, actually, I do remember that segment between Jacob Fatu and Damian Priest now. Hold on. I do remember that segment. They never had their match. That could be a thing. But I'm not rushing it. I'm not rushing it. Not rushing it. I don't know. They could probably one of them might be next contender for the United States title. I don't know. But gold needs to be in somebody's future. So who deserves it more? I have no idea. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Drew McIntyre wins. I'm gonna say Drew McIntyre wins. I think Drew needs something. And a proper WrestleMania win would definitely help. But then I don't know what we do with Priest. But if Priest wins, I don't know what we do with Drew. I think Drew deserves this more. So you know what? Give me Drew McIntyre to beat Damian Priest. I'll take that. We'll take it as such. If I have another thought, come my WrestleMania predictions this week, we'll talk about it. But right now, I got Damian Priest winning. That's all I got. So until then, it's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love and support. As always, we got one more match to talk about, the true main event. I'll make it tomorrow, but it will come out Tuesday. And then after that, we got all the prediction videos we got to make for WrestleMania weekend. And then Saturday, it's showtime. You already know. So until next time, peace, love, 100. You heard?